I think I've destroyed my marriage. My wife refuses to see me or speak to me. I'm not even allowed to know where she is. 6 months ago, I met this guy at the gym. Let's call him Thomas. We spotted each other on the bench press and just clicked. Started grabbing protein shakes after workouts, then coffee on weekends. He seemed like the kind of friend I'd been missing since we moved to this city 2 years ago. My wife never met him. She worked from home, and I'd always meet Thomas at the gym or at coffee shops. But I talked about him constantly, how he gave me career advice, how he helped me fix my deadlift form. She'd just nod and smile. 3 weeks ago, I invited him over for dinner. Told my wife that morning. She asked what he looked like, and I showed her his Instagram. She stared at his profile picture for a long time, then handed my phone back. Said she had a migraine and maybe we should reschedule. I told her she could rest upstairs while we ate. I'd already invited him and didn't want to be rude. She went quiet but didn't argue. That afternoon, she was cooking in the kitchen when her sister called. Her nephew had left his dinosaur socks at our house and was having a meltdown. My wife left to drop them off. Said she'd be back in 20 minutes. Thomas arrived 10 minutes after she left. We were drinking beer in the living room when I heard her car pull up. I was excited for them to finally meet. She opened the front door and saw him sitting on our couch. The scream that came out of her didn't sound human. It was this raw animal sound that made my blood go cold. She stumbled backward into the doorframe, already hyperventilating. Thomas stood up asking if she was okay, which only made it worse. She grabbed onto the kitchen counter with both hands, shaking so badly she could barely stay upright. I'd never seen her like this. She was always the calm one, the rational one. Thomas left immediately. I tried to approach her, but she held her hands between us. Her lips were turning blue. She couldn't catch her breath. I called 911. The paramedics said she was having a severe panic attack. Her heart rate was 170. They had to sedate her in the ambulance. She was in the hospital for 4 days. Wouldn't speak to anyone. Nurses, doctors, me. She just stared at the wall. I slept in the chair next to her bed, but she wouldn't even look at me. On the 4th day, I woke up and she was gone. Just discharged herself and left. No one would tell me where she went. I called her parents, her sister, her best friend from college. Everyone either hung up on me or told me to never contact them again. Finally, her sister sent me a text at 2 a.m. It was long and most of it was calling me things I won't repeat. But at the end, she explained. When my wife was 14, a man broke into her house while her parents were out. He forced her into her bedroom and kept her there for hours while he went through her things. She had to sit on the floor and stay completely silent because her little brother was asleep down the hall, and the intruder made it clear that making any noise would put them both in danger. It was one of the most terrifying nights of her life. Her parents came home and scared him off, but he was never caught. My wife was too traumatized to give a clear description. For years after she'd see him around town, at the grocery store, outside her school. Once he followed her home from the bus stop. Police couldn't do anything without proof. It stopped when she went to college across the country. She thought she was finally safe. She recognized Thomas instantly as the man connected to what happened that night. My gym buddy. The guy I'd been bringing around our house for 6 months talking about what a great friend he was. Her sister said when my wife saw his Instagram photo that morning, she knew immediately. That's why she wanted me to cancel. But I didn't listen. I called Thomas, asked him directly if he remembered a break-in 2009, the address. He was silent for a long time. Then he said I was crazy and blocked my number. I filed a police report, but they said without my wife making a statement, there's nothing they can do. The statute of limitations passed years ago anyway. I've been driving around for days looking for her car. Her sister finally told me to stop or they'd file a restraining order against me. Her mom called yesterday, said my wife hasn't spoken since that night. She's staying somewhere safe, but I'm not allowed to know where. She said my wife keeps saying I chose him over her, that I brought her nightmare into our home. I didn't know. I swear I didn't know. But she says I should have believed her when she asked me to cancel. Should have trusted that she had a reason. Thomas deleted all his social media, changed his number. It's like he never existed. And my wife is gone and I don't know if she's ever coming back.